Ain't a refugee someone that's forced to flee their own country? I came from uptown, way uptown.
Renegade,
I came from
renegade,
uptown,
renegade,
way
renegade,
uptown.
renegade.
I came from uptown, way. Ayy. So I checked out American Refugee. This is a thriller that was directed by Ali Leroy, the co-creator of Everybody Hates Chris. That's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. The flick was produced by Blumhouse and Epix. The story was decent. It follows a family that reaches out to their neighbor, a borderline crazy ex-soldier that has expert survival skills, and his fam for shelter in their secured bunker after the American economy collapses and all hell breaks loose outside. The neighbor shows the family mercy by welcoming them into his home, but they have to consistently prove their usefulness to him and keep his pregnant wife in good health. Eventually, tension and jealousy develops between the two families as they try and coexist under one roof, and the guests soon realize that facing a state of civil unrest where people are out burglarizing and purging is just as dangerous as living with their lunatic neighbor. There was a good amount of action sprinkled throughout this film with some decent shootouts and some brief hand-to-hand combat sequences, but the majority of this film was a heavy-duty drama with lots of dialogue between the characters revolving around the neighbor's pregnant wife and keeping her child healthy. But some of the conversations they had gave us some interesting information about the main characters. Having to holler at your neighbor for help in desperate times is a real life scenario that most people have already been through, so the movie was kinda believable. I honestly would prefer if my neighbor was on point like this dude was. Even if he was crazy, I'd make sure I was cool with him so that if anything ever went down, I could call him up for backup. The movie's title had me thinking that dude was gonna grab his family and mission to Mexico or maybe Canada for safety, but the Taylor fam stayed in the States the whole time. After watching this film, though, I understand that the word American was put in front of refugee because due to violence and safety concerns, the Taylor fam were forced to leave their home and take refuge in their neighbor's home in America. Blumhouse Productions are experts in the horror movie genre. They recently produced the bloody Halloween Kills film and the spooky Paranormal Activity Next of Kin movie, but this film was nothing like those movies. It wasn't even scary. It was just mildly suspenseful and violent. They ain't spend much time explaining what caused the American economy to collapse, but it's clear that wasn't the focus of the film. Neither was the actual chaos that erupted because the government fell off. And that's what hurt the film the most to me. They should have shown more scenes of the anarchy and chaos going down in the streets. That would have been dope. But instead, the film highlighted that issues arise when resources within a household are scarce and people outside of your family approach you for help or try and take your belongings by force. Most people would step up to a thief, but do you show compassion and take the L to help someone in need who has little to nothing to offer you in return? Or do you tell them to kick rocks because it's everybody for themselves? If it weren't for the fact that his wife was pregnant and needed medical attention, the neighbor Winter definitely would have told the Taylor fam to get lost. Good acting by the cast. You could feel all the emotions that their characters were trying to give off, like jealousy, tension, lust, anger, and fear. The film stars Derek Luke as Greg Taylor, a loving family man who ain't want to get his hands dirty, but eventually did what he had to do to protect his family. He played his role well. Antoine Fisher is still my favorite Derek Luke film. Y'all should go check that film out if you haven't. The neighbor was as cold as his name, Winter. He was played by Sam Trammell. He definitely played his role the best. He was ruthless. Also, he lived and moved around like a pro assassin. He had security cams set up all around his bunker, trained his son to be a soldier, and was nice with all types of weapons. He even pulled off some stealthy takedowns, and overall, his character came off mentally unstable and unpredictable, which kept the film entertaining. The film gave off Purge vibes with a blend of 10th Cloverfield Lane. I wasn't a fan of the ending though. Seems like they just wanted to end the film in a positive way. Regardless, there was a good amount of action and suspense in there, so I'm gonna run it 3 mics. Let me know what y'all thought about American Refugee in the comments below. It's absolutely free for y'all to support the channel. Doesn't cost y'all a dime to hit that like and subscribe button. Moving forward, I'm only responding to subscriber comments, so lock in with me and hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna get up with y'all on the next video, alright? Holla at me. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way